Eric, you're the only one so far. Instagram is lagging behind. Instagram says, hang on, we're telling followers to join you. That's usually not a good sign. Uh, we are the coolest. This should just be like a normal TK and Eric conversation. All right. I painted some baits for Marty. Marty had a personal request. Nate, if you want to chat, swing over to YouTube. That's where everybody's at. Nobody's on Instagram. Everybody's on YouTube. Um, Jeremy, what's up? South Jersey. How goes it? Um, but yeah, Burns sent me 3 baits, and he said, "I'll show you what he wanted them." Um, this was what he wanted his top water. I did like a faded out white. I don't know if you can see it. It's a faded out racing stripe down the side to kind of break up the side. Uh, it's got some iridescent scales on it, but he wanted the pink top piece. You can kind of see that racing stripe a little bit. I wanted something to break it up. Um, yeah, I think that's what he's got in mind, Jeremy. I think he's planning on doing a little pond hopping. Uh, Here's his other one I did. He just said craw. So he got a some sort of this craw. Can't see the little details in it, but just did like a natural kind of crawl for old Mr. Burns. Those are always fun to do. And then he got the old blue-headed crawl. Not no eyes yet. That's coming. And then I took my Risto wraps. And I Ozark shedded them. So if you're a fan of Risto Wrap 5s, I believe this is a Risto Wrap 5. It's about the best color I could think of to paint it, so did that. But I'm about to start putting eyes on them. And I got more baits over here I'll reveal in a while once I get some of these eyes knocked out. Just another day in paradise. Kyle's here. Mibro Ryoshi crankbait. Sounds exotic. Sounds exotic. All right. I don't know if I should start with that top water. I hadn't dotted any I's in a month. I might be a little rusty. Maybe I should start with something else. Fuck it, why not? Let's get it out of the way. Oh, these are hard. It's a little wobbly, but they're straight. Burns won't blast me too bad, hopefully. Hopefully Burnsy doesn't. Oh, I need a napkin. Son of a bitch. A little handkerchief is going to have to do. Hello, what's up? I'm dotting I's, crossing T's. Let's see. Uh-oh, I'm about out of yellow paint, it looks like. It's not good. That is not good. Hella got his Christmas trees. Thank you, Hella. Uh-oh. TK, you know what would be sick variation of an old color? Instead of making original redhead color, you switch out the redhead with pink, and I think that would get smacked. Probably would. It probably would. That would kind of be. I've done that before, but done it in like a Plemmon style, where it's got scales over the top of it, and rather than doing chartreuse, like add any color. That looks cool. I've done it with blue before. I don't know if I've ever done pink. I've done orange, but pink's not a huge seller. I feel like that's like a user specific thing. You either like pink or you don't. I'm a fan. I like the bright colors, but I don't think it's for everybody. Pink doesn't scare me away. Actually, South Jersey, I might have something for you. Send me your address. I might actually still have it, but I'll look. Oh, great question, Nate. We have a question on Instagram, and I've never been asked this, but it is a damn good question. Does painting baits full time take the fun out of it? Yes. Because gone are the days where I just get to leave my head in the clouds for hours on end and just dream up shit. I can still do that, but it's not the same. Because if I sit and think too long, production isn't happening. So it kind of does. Because the fun part about painting is, doing new stuff, trying new stuff, getting better, getting worse, whatever. Just doing, pushing yourself is the fun of not doing it full time, because you can constantly dick baits up. Now I can't afford to constantly dick stuff up. So years prior, or now, what happens is it just takes me a lot longer to like develop new stuff, because I can't fart around for long periods of time experimenting. So something that would take me a month to develop when I didn't paint full time, now that shit takes me a year. So have I seen an increase in customers after being on streams? Maybe a few, not a huge jump. It certainly helps, yeah. But there's certain parts of the country where I have a pretty good customer base, and then there's also other parts of the country that are lacking a little bit that I should probably target in trying to find somebody that streams or somebody that's influential in certain parts of the country. Um, like uh, one state that I'm really lacking in that surprises me that I don't get a lot of business from, that's a big bass fishing state, is Oklahoma. I very rarely get a customer from Oklahoma. Um, Oklahoma is almost as bad as Alabama, my home state. Alabama's worse though. Um, so, which state likes Nate? You are knocking them out, dude. I'm really enjoying this Q&A with Nate A on Instagram over here. Um, which state likes their custom colors the most? Um, I can say Texas, but Texas is so huge. I don't know that I would even count Texas. Um, as far as like normal size states, I would say Illinois, believe it or not. Um, I've probably sold more custom painted baits to the state of Illinois than any state in the U.S. Pennsylvania's up there. Um, but Illinois is very consistent. Like the Illinois dudes are hardcore. Like I love those guys because they get it, they get into it. You know what I mean? Like their minds are always working. They won't like, you know, I don't know the whatever's going on in Indiana, Illinois up there. They those guys are always like thinking, and they always want to like do something different and get something. Kyle, Alabama sucks. Alabama's awful. Sell a fair amount to Georgia. Um, very little in Mississippi. It's like people don't even fish in Mississippi. But I think Mississippi's so behind that they're you know they're still throwing beetle spins and shit. Um, Kentucky, I don't I don't get a lot of Kentucky action. Um, Surprisingly, I get more Tennessee than Kentucky. I don't get many. I can't think of a regular customer I have from Kentucky. Um, Not off the top of my head. Um, but like back in the day when I was first getting going, dude, I like had everybody's like all my regular dudes. I pretty much had all their addresses memorized. It was really creepy. Um, but Buka talks about how it's a love hate relationship. Why he takes 2 trips a year to Mexico. Yeah, I mean I could see that. Um, but which he's got a crew now, so that like he's just dealing with sales and you know dealing with all the desk work and the making people happy job, which should take some of the stress out of it. I don't know. Maybe he liked building baits better, but he probably did not having to deal with people. Uh, but now he's got to, he's the guy that answers all the questions when somebody bitches about their baits and starts blasting them on universe. He's got to go in there and clean house. But fishing's been good here. Venice Basin, Bell River, Lake Concordia. It's all catching. And it's hard to get someone you can trust with those kind of things to help because I've seen a few guys take advantage of the opportunity and steal shit. Yeah, I could. Nate, what state are you from? Just out of curiosity. Um, uh, yeah, the problem with like outsourcing or hiring help or employees in the fishing world is that um, most people think, oh well, I'll hire fishermen, and it's usually the easiest. Like somebody figures out what you do, um, and they're like, oh, if you need any help, let me know. And you're like, okay, well you bring on somebody that fishes, and then they see what you're doing. They're like, this guy's making a little bit of money. I can do this shit. So they just that's like that's the oldest story in the book that you hear is somebody hires another fisherman to help them with their fishing lure business, and then that guy splits off and goes and does it on his own. Um, no matter how good or bad he is, it's how it works because everything looks easy when you show somebody how to do everything. Um, but North Carolina, Nate, I sell a lot of baits to North Carolina, South Carolina. Those states have always been real good. But they have a North Carolina, South Carolina. They have a deep seated, I think, love and appreciation for the world of custom baits, custom painted, custom diving, custom built, all that kind of stuff. Like those states, it's in their blood. So that doesn't really come as a surprise. All right, let's get these out of the way. All right, Barnsey 1.5s are here. My suite is on. Uncle Frank has me boxed out of the BTL paint market. That dick. That dick. Um, Matthew still high 62. Um, so here we have color numero uno. This collection of baits will be a collection because they are all based around the color bone. This is probably the most. How would you word that? I need AJ in here. What's a good word for that? Darius, what's up? So the color bone, you have more guys I've ever seen in any Facebook forum or Facebook page, group, internet forum, anything that has to do with lure building. Probably the number one question I see, not the number one question, but the question I've seen the most over time consistently is how do you make bone? What colors do you mix to make bone? And there is no answer. The answer is there is none. And it really bothers me when I hear this question or read this question because, like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like when I see somebody ask, how do you make bone? I think to myself, why don't you just have an opinion as to what would make bone and just mix paint until it comes out like you want it to look, right? Like there, like look at River to Sea's bone. That's the ugliest shit I've ever seen. But somebody said this is a good looking bone. This is what bone should look like. A canary. But so My sweet, you missed one. It's got yellow in it. But there's infinite possibilities of what could be considered bone, like different hues of, you know, you could have a drop of red in there, a drop of blue in there, a drop of green in there. You could have all this stuff that still makes up a bone looking color. Um, but yeah, I've never understood that. Like bone, white, off white, whatever, as long as it's white, it's right. There you go. That's good words to live by. But yeah, I guess that question will go for the end of time. That will be the number one uh, painter's question on all these groups and forums and such. How do you make bone? I don't know. You just mix it. Um, so if you're out there and you're wondering how to paint bone, start with white, and then you just start adding shit to it until it looks right. Amy, you're telling me that the United We Glide shirts have no yellow in them? I'll have to go over there and look. That must have been your brown must have been light. Uh, Hello, my sweet bean. How are you? I miss you. Um, but what I did here, so this looks pretty crummy in the camera, but these are all variation. This is like this would probably be, I would consider this a hot chocolate, if hot chocolate and lavender shad had a baby. Bone base, iridescent purpley looking scales, brown back, purple glitter. Baxter, what's up, dude? So we got lavender shad starting things off. That's the one that I went with. I've been wanting to do a lavender shad for a while. So here it is. I'm over here dotting eyes, Baxter. I like I like living on the edge and seeing how close I can get my eyes together. But I don't want the Cyclops like what's his name does. What's that dude? Rob Cochran. He does the Cyclops eye where his eyes touch and then it's like one uni eye. I don't like the Cyclopses. Come to find out though, some people don't care. I also learned a valuable lesson. Not that it made any difference, but I was talking on here one day about masking of lure bills before you painted them. And when I was doing like nothing but when I was doing nothing but like 1.5s and like plastic baits, I was really anal about getting the tape like as close as I could to the body of the bait, so it didn't look, so it looked like it grew there, right? And it always bothered me when dudes would paint baits when they would tape a straight line across the front of the bait. That bothered me. So I asked the people, I said, do y'all care if it's got like a straight line across the bill? And the like 9 out of 10 was like, I don't care. And it really, really surprised me because to me, it looks real shitty uh, when you have that squared off line across the front of the bait. But I guess that's what those little oddities are what make me me. So, um, did somebody say boner? Bone? Baxter, I'm with you, dude. I don't like. I don't know. It just like it takes more tape and it takes more time and all that good stuff. But it looks so much better to me. There was a time when I was masking off Marty's baits. Um, when I would use like that Teflon thread tape, and I would use that and I would wrap it around the bill because it would like conform, and then I would just put one piece of tape around the outside and hold it all in place. But that got to be a royal pain in the ass to try and unravel. Uh, do you remember the OG Bandits had straight line overspray? Yeah, I've got one. Let's see. That one's real old. Yeah, that's one. Like that. I got a crack in my screen. That's old Louisiana shad. Best color that Bandit ever made. Best color that Bandit ever made. Darius said most bandits have a straight line. They haven't changed that over the years. I thought they tightened it up. Dude, that's the thing about like when guys start digging for baits um, from like my generation of fishermen around here locally, if you're a bait hunter and you want to hunt for baits and you like bandits, South Alabama is the place to start. These guys down here have hordes of bandits. Like I know guys go to the Ozarks and that's where they hunt down like the old wiggleworts and stuff. But if you want bandits, you need to start hunting down here because they're here. And honestly, if I had to fish for food, and you said TK, in order to survive, you have to bass fish with one crankbait, it would probably be a 200 series bandit. I don't know what it is, but that son of a buck will catch you a bass when times are good or when times are tough. Speaking of baits, talked to Jimmy Etter yesterday. He didn't have much bait talking to do. He wasn't. I don't think he's missing the bait world. Said everybody was doing good though. I can't believe people still use bandits. I think they suck across the board. I haven't bought a new bandit in since probably high school, so I don't know what the quality of bandits are. But I did have to move away from bandits when I started tournament fishing. Because they were catching too many little ones. That's when the game changed. Oh, show us the Balsa, please. Let me pull this one out. So this is color number 2. It is also a bone base, but it's more of a I don't know what you would call this. You can't see it very well. It's got a green back, and it's got a blue hue to the bone, and it's got some greeny chartreusey scales on it. This one is by far the ugliest one on camera, but my favorite in person. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. So if you're thinking to yourself, meh, that kind of looks like shit. Wrong answer. This is the one. This is the one. A middle in is better than a bandit. I'll say a middle in is better than a wigglewort. I don't know that I could go better than a bandit. Because at least with a bandit, like if I'm talking about death row fishing lures and having to survive eating fish, I don't know that I'm going to pick a middle in for survival purposes, because if I did, I would constantly have to tune the damn middle in. And a bandit stays pretty well tuned. That would be the only reason I would give the nod to bandit. But fish catching, I feel like a middle end probably comes through wood maybe a little better than a bandit. Sorry, you could argue that. Depends on whose hands it's in. But what do you like more about a middle end than a bandit, Darius? Just besides its ability to catch you lots more bass. This one's really pretty. It's a shame that it doesn't show up. And they all have color accents on the nose that you can't see. It's really a shame I can't get a good video of these. But as they say in the custom lure painting business, pics don't do it justice. So middle end had a better wobble and cast 1,000 times better. Oh, I always forget about castability. I always felt like a Bandit 200 cast pretty decent. Middle end might weigh a little more though. I don't know. I've never weighed them. So that is this is South Jersey river herring. Can't see jack, but so this can also qualify for bone. Can't see it either. No, I should have painted nothing white. But this is like a faded out chartreuse bull brim with a light colored back. Copper scales. A little orange on the throat. This one's pretty. It'll catch the fire out of bass. Which is kind of what I was going for. I was trying to just do some variations on some staples that just look sexy. I don't know what the middle one would be. The one I just showed in the previous batch, I don't know what that would be a variation of. The first one, like I said, it's more like a hot chocolate had a baby with lavender shed. The second one is just something out of my brain. This one it's like a faded chartreuse and blue had a baby with bull brim, kind of. But Bandit 100 casted great for me on a Zebco 33. You were throwing a Bandit 100 back in the day on a Bandit? I mean, on a Zebco? That was pretty advanced for a 5-year-old. No problem, Brennan. I think that other stuff would have screwed you. Pot life was too long. Whew. Thought they touched. I thought I just made a Cyclops, but I did not. Oh, that one's close. Well, that might be as close as humanly possible. That one might be. Well, if somebody gets this one, you're getting a real treasure. Because I think this is as close as humanly possible as you can get two eyeballs without them touching. And you would have to get a microscope to, like, you would have to get a little magnifying glass to look at these eyes so close to see if it's touching. But I'm pretty sure it's not. But it could be by like a hair. Almost gave away an OG Vixen in any color last night to Rich like 5 times. Brennan, you must have been in a, you must have been drinking eggnog and been full of the holiday spirit to be giving away OG Vixens. Almost. Well, what was the deterrent? What was the deterrent from giving away the OG Vixen 5 times? Why did it take 5 times? I don't know. This one has glitter too. Can't see it. I will be giving away $350 worth in tackle the 21st on your live. That's pretty significant, bro. How many likes does this stream need to get for Amy to get her kayak? Oh, only 170. Hella, only 170. Hella Bass could not come up with enough ghost accounts quick enough. That's funny. Hell, I don't know if, are we supposed to talk about your gaming life? Does the public talk about that? Or is that private? Because my question is, how do you have time to do all that shit, dude? Those are close. Those are so close. Sickeningly close. Eye-crossingly close. Cycloptically close. Oh, I was thinking about something today when I was painting that nobody would understand but people who paint. But I was putting scales on baits, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. But there's something that happens, and I don't know if it happens to other people. I'm sure it does. But is when you're like, there's a lot of different ways to scale a bait. You can wrap your bait. You can use like a little frame and put your material in and do all that kind of stuff. I was holding my piece of mesh over my bait. If you've ever painted a bait, uh, you put your mesh over the shoulder of the bait where you want to paint it here, right there, and you spray the scales. Well, I was rolling, dude. I had all these baits laid out, and I put the mesh on them and spray it, and I went to one, put the mesh on it, and I blasted it, and I got halfway up the scale, and my airbrush ran out of paint. We can't move your mesh because if you move it, you're done. You're going to get double scales. You're never going to be able to line up your scales again. Like, you can't move. But you also have to refill your airbrush. And I will say, I will toot my own horn. I'm really good at filling up my airbrush with one hand and adding thinner to it while not moving this hand holding the mesh. I had to do it today. And the key is I put my airbrush between my legs, and then I'll grab with this hand, my free hand, I will grab the paint and I will squirt it in the cup, still holding the bait. And then I will take the reducer, put it in there. And then you might say, well, you need to mix that. You do. So then what I'll do is I'll take the airbrush and I'll put it up against my arm like so to cover the nozzle cap. And then I will backwash it or back flush it to mix the reducer and the paint. And then once I do that, I'm ready to spray again. But that's it's an art form. It is a damn art form. But I need a good video of how to do that. How to fill your cup and mix paint with one hand. When you do dumb stuff. I haven't played games or PlayStation in like 5 years. The last game I played was on my phone, and it was that shooter shoot 'em. I can't say that. I'm sure I'll get shadow banned. It was that game where you're a little man and you have this thing that projectiles come out of, and they bounce around, and you have to like bounce the you know what around the to knock people off whatever they're doing. I forget what it's called, but it was pretty fun. Travis Stearman, the Marty Burns 1.5s. I did a bone collection. This will be my white album, but not white, bone. Do not say you know what or G ends in N, goes pew pew. Do not say those words. But sending in burner accounts for extra likes. Oh, look at Pro Rich. Have you ever had any Claude Brown cranks come in for paint? His Balsa rat looks dope. Travis, it'll be a 3-pack because they are a collection. They are a collection of bone. We have a bone hot cocoa lavender shad, which has got a pretty standard. It looks white. Let's see if I can cut this light off. There, now you can actually see. So this is pretty much my standard bone color. It looks white on YouTube, but this is pretty much my standard bone color. And then we have this little jewel, which is like it's got a little bit of a blue hue to it. And it could pass for maybe a herring, or South Jersey said maybe a river herring up there. It's got a little blue hue to it, some goldy chartreusey scales on the side. It's very beautiful. This one is my favorite. And then a faded out blue copper chartreusey bone shad. It's kind of a faded chartreuse blue meets bull brim. Travis, it's 4:30. I'll probably clear them tomorrow morning, and I'll probably put them up tomorrow afternoon. Is the plan. Then I got to do. I'll put those swim jig heads up too, if anybody wants those. Had a couple people say they did, so I'll put those up. And yeah, that'll be that. I think Burns's. I think I can start dotting Burns's eyeballs. Look at all these. Look at all these random YouTube accounts coming out of the woodworks. What is going on? Everybody's rebelling against me, and they're trying to get Amy a damn kayak. I'm not a. We are not a kayak family, guys. How many times do I have to say it? We burn fossil fuels and run lead acid batteries in my house. You about to get Amy a kayak for Christmas? Better start getting more baits. Everybody likes Amy, and she wants to get her a kayak. So I'm getting hosed on this deal. I'm getting hosed, dude. Am I gonna have to get her like a kayak rack for her? Don't fall to the dark side. I'm trying hard, Travis, but these gentlemen are making it hard on me. Am I going to have to get her a kayak rack for the back of her car so she can tow her kayak around? Because it ain't going in my truck. I ain't being seen. We need to get Amy to go live on New Year's Eve so we can relive the 90s. Yeah, she will. We might actually. We talked about going up to the old Alabama River for New Year's, which would be fun. I like it up there this time of year. It's cold. Nobody's fishing except me. There you go, Burnsy. There you go, Burnsy. Um, so hopefully we can make that work. I almost went live when he was gone, but the little mouse was wild. Just wait till Bean and Mouse get old enough to ask you why you won't let them have a kayak. It is over. Yep. No, it's going to be like that scene in. It's going to be like that scene in The Great Outdoors. You want to? What does he say? You want to float around the lake, or you want to cruise around the lake in comfort, or do something in a jet boat? And they're all like jet boat. Directly from the mouths of babes, Chet. It's probably one of my. It's probably my second favorite movie of all time. Bastek. Oh, this guy is coming out of the woodworks. Um, can we get a Kardashian wrap on the kayak? Oh, I do have a. Speaking of the Kardashians, let's see. I don't think you can see it anymore. I left it in the back of my truck for too long. This is the Skate Mental blackout, blurred out Kardashian skateboard deck, or it had Kim on the back, but they blurred out her face. So, strangely enough, she's the only thing left on here. What are the odds? How about that? Big Bear, Big Bear, Big Bear, chase me. What a great movie. You know, this guy wanted hot dogs. I guess I'm old fashioned. I like assholes. And I like lips. If I had a set of lips like that, I'd make another million. Oh, Chet. Uh, you have a Kardashian skateboard. It's not really. It's not really a Kardashian skateboard because it's not. I mean, I guess it is. I should have never shown it. I should have never shown the damn thing. It wasn't mine. It was Tim Sawdust's from Austin. My favorite part of that movie was the raccoons. Boom, 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 boom. Man, what a great movie. What's funny is, Travis, you can probably relate to this, is I'll think, you know what, maybe it's time for the bean to figure out, to learn what a great movie The Great Outdoors is. Or some movie like that like I like, and I'm like, all right, let's turn the bean onto this, thinking she'll like it, and I'll put it on for like 2 seconds, and she'll say, "No, Dada." I'm like, "You don't want to watch The Great Outdoors?" And she'll say, "No, my show." I'm like, "What's your show?" And she'll say, "Blippy." I'm like, "You rather watch Blippy than The Great Outdoors?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, God, what am I doing? What is going on? What is this life I'm living right now where my child would rather watch Blippy than a good show? Freaking Blippy. Now they got the imposter Blippy. Boom, 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 boom. You're losing all kinds of man points on that. You might be in the negative. It doesn't matter. You said was Kardashian, and we got the audio. Yeah, that's true. We're over 20 likes, only 150 left. Somebody, knowing y'all, somebody's going to call Major League Fishing's marketing team and say, we're going to need your um, overseas subscribers to log in and like this video, please. Thank you. Wake up tomorrow in the Major League Fishing Army would come in and given me 1,000 likes. My oldest is deathly afraid of Alf. I never liked Alf. Alf always freaked me out a little bit. But I watched weirder stuff than Alf. I'll tell you one I really didn't like. Harry and the Hendersons. I was not down with Harry. Back when TK and I were long distance, I would hear Kim K in the background, and I asked him, "Are you watching the Kardashians?" He's like, "No, that's a commercial." It was. I was definitely not watching the Kardashians. I was watching Wild On, Brooke Burke. I'm at home starting to feel better. Today is the first day out of bed. Daniel, glad you're feeling better. Um, One day they're going to want to wake up and watch Star Wars. Uh, Bean at least knows who Yoda is. We drove by a little inflatable Yoda, and she looked out the window and said, "Baby Yoda." Yeah, it's Baby Yoda. That was pretty. That was pretty cute. I was hoping I would get that on camera, but I didn't. It's amazing how baits come alive when they have eyeballs on them. Back when the Kardashians played all day long. Yeah, now you can play them all day long at your choosing. Back in the old days, they used to have marathons, and you were forced to watch it. All right, where Coco Lavender is ready to roll. 4:43. Roadhouse is on Netflix. I watched it the other day. Um, I don't know that I've ever seen Roadhouse, Jeremy. Uh, I did watch Over the Top when I was in Kansas on my phone one night. It was terrible. It was terrible. Like Chicago PD. I can't get into those cop shows unless it's actual cops. Mainly because there's a good chance they'll be filming in my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. They have a headquarters here. That live PD, I think, or cops, whatever. Yeah, they have a headquarters in Mobile. Your Over the Top is a classic. It wasn't bad. It was just slow, I thought. Uh, but the end scene is great. Um, Watching them fake struggle. But I've been on an arm wrestling kick lately, so uh, turn that head around. That's right. My YouTube feed is nothing but Devin Larratt videos now. All I was doing, if I ever watched the Kardashians back in the day, I was I was preparing myself for married life. So when I did have to watch them, I'd be okay. Nate, you into arm wrestling? That's pretty cool. I feel bad for Devin though, because his arms have to hurt. Like watching him walk around with his arms cooked over, like his wrists. I want to meet him though. I want to shake his hand. I want to know. Um, I want to know what that dude's hand feels like. Somebody that just like crushes people. Crush your hand. Yeah, for sure. But that's the other thing about all those like arm wrestling dudes. Like when you watch them like do meet and greets, they all shake hands like you'd grip up in a crush my painting hand. Yeah, uh, I paint right-handed, so that's the hand I shake hands with. Yeah, he would crush my painting hand. Um, but you see those guys, they always grip up or shake hands like they're gripping up to like arm wrestle. So they do this kind of handshake. I don't like that. I like standard handshakes. Um, so I wonder, what do you do when you meet an arm wrestler? Do they can you go in for a normal, or will they catch you with the slip? I've never met one. South Jersey, great question. Who played the best Joker in the Batman movies? I know the answer. Uh, you know my answer. You know your answer, because you probably would think Jack Nicholson, and you would be 100% correct. Heath Ledger was awesome, but I don't know that those are the same Batmans. You know what I mean? Uh, Jack then Heath. Hella goes Heath. Uh, Heath. Yeah. But South Jersey, you like that dark shit. You like those dark arts. You like that. You like that. I can tell. I can tell when you go live and you got the blackout lights behind you. You got your black sweatshirt on. What about the um, Joaquin Phoenix Joker? That one was dark. That was real dark. Theo reference. Yeah, Nate, we must watch all the same shows. You must subscribe to my YouTube feed. I recently just unsubscribed from The King and the Sting because of some other dumb shit now with no Theo. And I ain't watching Brendan and his clowns get on there and babble. Emperor, they are not epic shads. These are a clone of an RC 1.5 from Mr. Marty Burns. This is probably one of the best running uh, crankbaits he's built for me in a while, because it has a little bit of everything. It thumps really hard. It runs really good, but it also, the majority of the ones I've tested, every one I've tested has hunted a little bit, and it's not. It hunts in a good way. I don't like hunting crankbaits because they're annoying. When I throw past a stump, I don't want my bait to go like run around the stump. I want it to like hit the stump. Or if I'm throwing at a rock, I want it to hit the rock. I don't want it to like run around it. But these hunt enough that it's just not mechanical. Like they'll just kind of kick out occasionally, and but they typically follow a straight line. Sean Lau, what's up, dude? Um, no Val Kilmer love. Uh, who played the best Batman? Um, uh, the best Batman. Michael Keaton was good. I liked what's his name? American Psycho, dude. Sean, these are good. Real good. Uh, Christian Slater. I must have missed that one. Christian Slater. Hadn't heard that name in a while. Sean and all Instagram. Amy needs you to go to YouTube and like the stream for a kayak from TK. Like the stream, win a kayak. If your name's Amy and you're my wife. Christian Slater. Val Kilmer, no love for Val. I used to have a VHS tape of the Batman from the '60s. Travis, this is an insane amount. 170. I think I blurted out. I think Hella asked me how many likes would it take for Amy to get a kayak. I think I said 170. We're at 23. So miles to go. George Clooney, what a loser. Who was the Batman in the one with Danny DeVito as the Penguin? Who was that Batman? Christian Bale can't win solely on his Batman voice. It was pretty absurd. $145 to go. Michael Keaton. Yeah, Keaton was good. The only thing I think that's what's gonna like haunt Christian Bale's ranking of his Batman is because of his cheese dick voice. Uh, Keaton was the Batman versus the Penguin. That one was dark. I like that one a lot. Ooh, best Catwoman: Michelle Pfeiffer or Halle Berry? Hmm. The one thing I hate with most of the newer superhero music is the woke BS they put in them. I haven't watched a superhero movie in a while and noticed any wokeness, but it wouldn't surprise me. Uh, DeVito eating the fish in the newspaper room and bit the dude's nose off. That's the only scene I remember with him. Ooh, I forgot about what's her name? Hathaway. Uh, hmm. Halle Berry, yeah. Poison Ivy. That was what's her name? Kill Bill. Which Batman did they make a big deal about the nipples on the suit? Wasn't that what's his dick? Ben Affleck? Wasn't he a Batman? Or talked about it? I can't remember. Thoughts on Henry Calvin not playing Superman since he was spoken on woke Hollywood. Man, y'all are way more dialed in than me. I haven't heard that. I don't know who he is. That's like more like Limp Dick Man. Zoe Kravitz in the newest one. Is that Lenny's daughter? Yeah, I think Halle Berry was obviously the most easy to look at Catwoman or enjoyable, but I think maybe Anne Hathaway's character was a little bit more believable. Like she played a good Catwoman, but Michelle Pfeiffer, she played the good crazy cat lady well. I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. I don't remember Stearman. Does anybody remember which Batman suit there was a stink about it having nipples? Played the seductive part. Yes, she's good at that. Barry is easy to watch in any movie. Correct. Correct. It might have been Christian Bale with the nipple suit. I don't remember. I don't remember. I'll have to Google that. Where's my pen? That's not it. Uh, Clooney had the nipple suit. Stearman, Daniel has the answer. He said it was Clooney's suit that had nipples. We made a big deal about Michelle Catwoman licking Batman when we were in like sixth grade. Oh yeah, probably. That would definitely get a sixth grader's gears going. Didn't take much back in those days. Simple catalog in the mail. It was basically porn. Yeah, pretty much. 10 o'clock boners. Oh, we won't even get to watching TV through the squiggles. Amy, close your ears. You've all done it. You know you have. And then you got ESPN on the other channel. You know all your buddies are sitting around going, "Oh, I thought that was a tit. Oh, that's a tit, dude." Then it like blinks in for a second and it's not a tit, it's a dick. And you're like, "Oh!" That was the funniest thing ever. That did happen to us once. Me and my buddies were sitting around at I think it might have been at my house. We were like sitting around like hiding from my parents, watching through the squiggles on like whatever Cinemax or something. And it was real squiggly and fuzzy, and then like looked like a boob. And I'm like, "Oh, there's a boob." Then it like came out and it wasn't a boob. It was like the dude's ass or something. Like, "Oh, you're gay." The squiggles. I've heard them called other things. We called them the squiggles or the squigglies. But then you hear somebody coming down the stairs or like coming in the room and hit return or whatever the other channel and flipping back to ESPN. What are you doing? Nothing. Just watching the news, mother. What are you doing? The Spice Channel. 50 Shades of Black. That will make me laugh. But it's only that one scene where the dude gets up off the couch and he's got his unit hanging down to his knees. It's probably the funniest scene ever. Yes, that will make me laugh hysterically. What else? Girls Gone Wild. Yeah, that was the. That was all the rage back in the day. I can't find my pen to sign Bates with. The swings. Not 50 Shades of Gray, Sean. 50 Shades of Black. I think Jackman was banging Barry during the making of Swordfish. Nah, I don't think Hughes got that kind of pull. Maybe though. I don't think so. All right. Thinking about going live tonight and not stopping until the stream has 170 likes. Hella, do it. I need something to watch. If you watched closely back in the day, you could see TLC's boob a split second in the Creep video. Whoa, we got a Easter egg here. If you watched closely back in the day, oh, that was like in the No Doubt video for what was that song? Don't Sleep. The one where she's singing and she like it's like the live concert footage and you can like see up her shirt. Remember seeing that? Whoa. There was a few music videos like that back in the day. We know Travolta wasn't. That's for sure. This is really funny. JT Rippin. I missed that live. Stearman, I don't know if that was in jest or if he was being serious, but he did mention it. I don't know if there was any truth to it or not. I did miss JT ripping Janet Jackson's boob off, or her little boobie cover over. I missed that. I missed that live, unfortunately. But didn't she? She had some weird nipple cover. I remember seeing a picture of it, and it was like a sun with her like nip stuck through it. It was odd. So, all right. Before Nipple Talk Live gets too out of control, I'm gonna go try and find my pen and try to get out of here. It's 5 o'clock. So, sun nipple. Yeah, it was odd. Not something you just wear. I was definitely planned. Demonetized. I think that's the enjoyable thing about not being monetized is you can just pretty much do whatever you want. We're still the old west up in here, but yeah, that was strange. And how are the bots not in here after all this chat? Beavis and Butthead's pretty funny, real funny. We used to think we were so like indie, like that was like how like what I thought I was like being edgy. That was how I was edgy. Would watch Beavis and Butthead and music videos. I literally lived on MTV because I liked music and I liked the videos. Shroom, how are you? But gone are those days. Because now when I hear a song, I like if I hear a song from like the 80s or 90s, I immediately my mind goes to the music videos, um, and like I can see all those videos, but now no more. Yo Yo Rap City. What was that other one we used to watch? Uh, I was really hooked on the Real Worlds and Road Rules, but like the really really early ones, those were great TV. Talking about other ways, TV programming when you were little, ways to sneak a little peek at some skin was was sorry, Instagram sticked up. Sorry, Instagram. Um, was watching the MTV Spring Break. That gets you fired up. Yeah, Theo was on Road Rules, and nobody liked him. He was. Everybody said he was like a racist, and he was a just everything like. Not nobody liked Theo. Found a bandsaw blade. I feel bad for the Insta people because they just I got a call and it was dicked up and I couldn't tell everybody goodbye. I just had to like end it. I guess I could have wrote a comment, but all right, let me get off of here. Y'all be good. Good talk. This is definitely one for if you know anybody going out on a long road trip that needs some good entertainment. I will leave the comments up so hopefully people can read through the comments. But my mom wouldn't let me be this bad, but I could watch South Park. Yeah, I don't know any different. It's like my mom wouldn't let me listen to Ozzy Osbourne because she said he worshipped the devil. And then when the Osbournes reality show came out, she like loved Ozzy. And I was like, you realize you wouldn't let me listen, you wouldn't let me buy an Ozzy Osbourne CD because he was a devil worshiper. It's like, now what do you think about him? She's like, oh, he's great. I'm like, yeah. But I was deprived of Ozzy as a kid because of some bullshit. Daniel, all right, you've stuck me here. What do you think about Zach sitting in for, or not sitting in, but filling in for Dimebag in the Pantera tribute reunion show thing? Have you watched those performances? I'll wait and then I'll leave. I'll hang up and listen. Damn, I'm getting blasted, dude. Another call. Let's call Josh back. Um, there's only one dime, that's for sure. But I couldn't think of anybody else that would be better than Zach Wild. He was he definitely played the part right. I don't like watching Zach play guitar though. The way he picks really like hurts me. His picking hand irks me. It's hard for me to watch, but I like Zach. He's fat as fuck. Who? What's his name? Phil. Phil did look like a big old fat ass up there. His big gut. You'd think he would slim down a little bit, but Daniel, I've got some good from when I was in Austin. I've got some good Pantera stories. Oh, fast! I thought you said fat. I thought you were talking about Phil. Um, but yes, he is very fast. His picking hand is very efficient. It just he has an interesting style where he holds his pick and picks, and it's hard for me to watch. But great guitar player. Um, but my other hand's too weak. Um, oh, I gotta print labels. Shit. All right. I gotta get out of here. I gotta print labels and stuff for Amy and Travis Stearman and AJ because they ordered Christmas tree cake shirts. Anybody needs a Christmas tree cake shirt? Message Amy. Um, but before I leave, Daniel T, if you're still listening, when I lived in Austin and I had a shop over there, or I didn't have a shop, uh, had a place in the back of another dude's shop that worked on buses. His name was Walter. Um, he had all his he had a bunch of guitars and shit, and Walter was in a band back in the day called Rotting Corpse, and it was one of, if not the first, like thrash metal bands in Texas, the nation, anywhere. Like it was very, very early thrash metal. Um, and Walter was in that band. Here's the DVD. It's called Circus of Fools, and it's like a little bit of a documentary of their uh, band. It's really it took me like 4 years to find this a copy of it. There wasn't much of it, but anyway, Walter was in this band. He was the front man right here. Well, he worked on tour buses, and where I had my shop in the back of where he worked on buses. So he had all his guitars and shit, and he had these Marshall stacks set up in the shop, and there's always guitars everywhere, and I'd sit there and play them and not work. And, he had an Ovation acoustic sitting there one day, and I picked it up and I started playing it, and I was like, Walter, this guitar plays really well. I was like, this is a really good sounding acoustic, and it plays really well. And he's like, yeah, that was Daryl's. I was like, Daryl who? He's like, Abbott. And I was like, Dimebag? He's like, yeah. And I was like, he's like, he gave it to me. I was like, no shit. He's like, yeah. I was like, I'm playing Dimebag's Ovation. He's like, yeah. So Walter grew up in Dallas, Abilene or whatever, uh, like 2 houses down, um, or a few houses down from the Abbotts. So he grew up next to Vinny and Daryl. There's pictures. There's a lot of like childhood pictures when they were coming up. When he was Diamond Daryl of Walter and them. It's pretty badass. But if you read certain articles, Walter can be. Phil says he did, but Walter claims that he was the originator of giving Dimebag his nickname. That it happened in like a bedroom one day. He's told me the story a bunch, but not my story to tell. But uh, uh, I give Walter claim for nicknaming Dimebag. Um, yeah, it's pretty annoying. It is pretty annoying as far as that goes. Um, Slipknot's supposed to do Acid Bath album tribute. That's pretty interesting. Um, but Daniel, at this warehouse, dude, we had like the backdrop, like the Pantera backdrop from like one of their tours. It was hung up on the wall, and it was like from the tour, like it was ripped and had burns and shit in it. We had one of Vinny's drum kits. It was set up, like I played it. Um, there was just like Pantera artifacts everywhere in there. So if you were a Pantera fan, you would have walked around that place and been like, "Holy shit!" But that's my. I wish I had more like documentation of that place than I do. I don't. Walter does. Like he was good about taking pictures and shit. But pretty cool. Played a Slash guitar. That's pretty sweet. All right, let me get out of here and we'll talk about this later. Y'all be good. See you.